Alright guys, welcome back to a new video for the Skylark build. Last time he's left off, we just took off the gas tank, and I told you guys that I'm going to go order some parts. So I did. I got a new filter or sender, along with the locking ring and the O-ring. Some sponge material I got from Home Depot. Hopefully this works as a tank pad, because the old rubber is pretty shot. Some fuel line hoses to connect. This is the old crusty hose. I figured preventative maintenance, this one probably works, but might as well just fix it. Hose is cheap. Have some paint to do a little refresh on the gas tank itself. And here it is. So here's the gas tank. It's pretty flapped out, pretty nasty. It's blue right here. It's actually supposed to be silver, but I guess when my dad got the car resprayed, they just sprayed the gas tank with it. I'm going to do a clean on the outside, repaint it an aluminum color. As you guys just saw, this rubber is pretty old. That's what happens when you have 50-year-old, 40 or 50-year-old materials. I'm going to get this build sheet off and show you guys. I'll put that in the screen in the next few moments. So yeah, that's what we're going to work on first, and then after that we're going to attach the drive shaft. We're going to clean up the fiberglass heater cooling box, or the what's it called, condenser box right there. We're going to try to clean up some of this wiring. I have some loom, some really nice loom that I'll use to fix that. And then from there, I really don't know what I'm going to do next. But yeah, so first we're going to start off with cleaning up that gas tank. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into it.
Just words could ever say, and what my heart has heard.
Alright, so now we're going to get to the part of the show where I cut hoses. Now I went down to O'Reilly's and found it. It should be about the right size, at least the correct size for this one. I don't know if they're they look like they're different sizes, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try to use this size, because I really don't want to spend any more money on it. Okay, so this says it's 2 feet. This doesn't look like 2 feet. Well, maybe it is, but should be enough to use. So I don't really have a good cutting apparatus for this, but should be fine. So let's go ahead and just measure this up real quick. And we're going to use a flat razor blade. Try to get a clean cut here. I'll cut off a little bit extra. Done and done. So if you guys can see the difference between the two, this is nice and bendy, and this is nice and crusty. So these will be going in the trash probably. I'm not even going to use these clips. I'm going to use some hose clamps. Should work a little bit better. And done. Easy. Alright, here is the gas tank. It's in silver. I ran out of paint, so that's why it kind of looks a little shitty. This is the paint I used. It's Krylon Color Master Metallic Brilliant Aluminum. Yeah, I started on the back side, which in retrospect I should have just started on the side that anybody would see, instead of this part that goes up against the trunk. But anyways, I used the whole can, and yeah, so that's why it kind of looks a little streaky, but you know, it's gonna be good. It looks good enough for me. I just kind of wanted to give it a coat so, you know, prevents rust and stuff like that, and make it look good. So, and besides, the back end of this is really low, so odds are you're never ever gonna see this unless you kind of lean down there. And if you lean down there, then you'll see kind of the good coverage zones. So right now, I'm going to put on that rubber padding that I have. It is some sponge window seal. I couldn't find anything kind of like what I had at Home Depot, and this should work just fine. All it needs to do is dampen and stick to the bottom side. if it doesn't stick, it'll be fine because it's sandwiched between the underside of the Buick and the tank, so it should be fine. And this one compresses too, so it'll be really nice, hopefully. So I didn't paint the cap. I kind of like the look of it, and I don't have the same exact color because this is color matched to the car, and I don't have that paint, and I don't have the paint code. So what I'm going to do now is flip this down. It's been drying for a while now. Peel off the tape right there, put in the new sender, and then it should be ready to go into the Skylark. Alright, so this is the old sending unit. I'll just put that there. And the new sending unit came in the other day. And I'm pretty sure it's an exact OEM match. So here it is, so you guys can see. The new and the old look pretty much identical. Yeah, they're pretty much identical, and yeah, so I'll give you a little bit of close-up so you guys can see the differences, and which pretty much this is shiny, or this is shiny and this is dull, because this is like over 40 years old worth of part, and yeah, so let's get into some glamour shots, and then you'll see me installing this onto the Skylark. Should put the O-ring in first. Now, drop this sucker in here, kind of rotate along with it, and let's should go down. I want to point the O-ring. There's a little tab on it, and I'm going to go ahead and put that right there where this tab is pointing up. I don't think there's a wrong way to do it, but I'm just going to do that. Make sure this cable's out of the way, and then I'm going to slip this locking ring into place. And let's see. Alright, seems like we got it, so I just gotta keep hitting this until it locks. Alright, that should be it. As you guys see, the tab is clicked in fully. I'll go ahead and give it a few more hits to make sure it's seated properly. And it's done. Now all I gotta do is clip it into this little metal tab here. I'm just gonna get my screwdriver and pry up and push down. So I have this sponge window seal. Again, this was like $4 from the hardware store, and I guess this is used for like windows or whatever. I guess that would make sense because it is called window sealer. Okay, sometimes I'm not too bright, but okay. So sticky on one side, and the other side just has a protective paper on it. I guess that's to make sure it doesn't stick to each other. It's not more protective, it's more kind of like a sticker sheet. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and let me get a pair of scissors too before I forget. So I'm trying to get something kind of wide so I could cover up this. This is about like a 2-inch gap, but this is the widest thing I could find with like a similar type of material. So I think I can maybe double it up, put two per side. Hopefully this sticks. The If not, hope it just like kind of holds it in place. I'm just gonna cut it right there, and now I'll do another strip. Oh yeah, that works really, really nicely. And yeah, the tape isn't wanting to stick right now, but like I said, it gets sandwiched, so it's not a real big problem or concern of mine. There you go. Just pull off that backing, and pretty much new right there. Like I said, yeah, see what I'm saying? It doesn't stick well. Maybe I could put some super glue, but I'm not about it. I really don't care. Very nice though. Very nice material. I like how rubbery it is. It feels very durable too. I don't want the elements messing all this up. I just finished putting it up. It was pretty much a pain in the ass. I used a jack here, and then it got the bottom all dirty, so the paint job really was just canceled out. But got the straps in, put some anti-seize there on those bolts, and with the ground, I made sure I connected this. I even put the nut and screw for the nozzle head. And sorry for the noise. Dudes over there are people across the street just don't respect the videos I make, and they just want to do the lawn all the time. So, and there you go, gas cap is in too, so good to go. I just need to attach those lines and then drop the car down. Also, a wheel just broke off of my creeper. So, you know, if you know any companies that want to, or you own a company that wants to sponsor my channel, I use this a lot all the time, and now it's broken. So, all the ball bearings rolled all over the place, and that one is broken too, and they're all just garbage. So, you know, hit me up, email me, give me a call. It'd be much appreciated. Also, I need a floor jack because mine is hot garbage. Some of the hydraulic seals are broken, so if you want to save a life and save a car from falling on my face, then you know, send your boy a jack and a creeper. But until that day, I will be using the tools I have in the shop, and because I'm broke, YouTube doesn't pay that well. You guys can see in there, I probably should have just filmed this when I had the tank out, but I forgot, I guess. There's a little break in it. It's kind of like a, I don't know, it's pretty ghetto, but you know, whatever. So I'm gonna try to fix that real quick. I don't know exactly how just yet, but I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna try to fix that hanger and exhaust issue with a hose clamp. I tried to go buy some metal zip ties at Harbor Freight this morning, but I forgot my wallet at home, so I felt like an idiot, and I didn't drive back because it's all the way across town, and your boy drives a Jeep and doesn't get good gas mileage. So I tried Walmart, they don't have it, O'Reilly's doesn't have it, so I decided maybe I can just use one of these hose clamps. If not, I'm gonna probably use like a wire hanger, like a clothes hanger, and just twist it around or something. It just needs to be a temporary fix. It's not gonna be a big deal. There's a hanger that's good on the tip side, so it should be fine. That'll just add this. We'll just add a little bit of structural support. So let's go ahead and try to fix it. Alright, so the hose clamp didn't work. If you guys don't know how a hose clamp works, there's a screw in here, and how it grabs is through these little holes and slots on the sides. So the hole of the kind of like the hanger piece that I was gonna thread together, it was too small, so I couldn't get this together. And I was thinking maybe I could squish this together, but that's how it clamps. So it wouldn't have worked regardless. And I don't have any more hose clamps that are like thinner, that are still long, because I needed a super long one. So I just got one of these clothes hangers, and now I'm going to, if I can find some pliers, undo this. And if you guys don't have any of these, when you go to the clothes store, make sure you hang on to these, because these are super useful as a poking tool or whatever. You can roast marshmallows on them, but usually if you can reach into to small places, really thin holes, or if you want to feed a wire through the firewall or something, or through anywhere honestly, you can straighten this out, attach your wires to one side and tape it, and then pull it all the way through. This is really rigid compared to a wire, because if you try to push a wire through something, it'll just bend and kink. So you just get one of these nice wires. I don't know what they're made out of, maybe like tin, or I don't know. They can't be made out of like stainless steel or anything. That'd be really expensive to make. But anyway, so I'm going to use this, and this should work really fine. I'm just going to use some pliers. Maybe if I can find my non-needle nose pliers, then this would go a lot easier. If not, I'll probably just hammer it out or something. But this should work just fine. And then when I'm done, I'll just cut off the access. I should have some cutters somewhere. So yeah, a metal zip ties would have worked really efficiently, but oh well. Alright, I know I said that I didn't want to use the hose clamps because they wouldn't work. Well, I figured out a way for them to work. I just put one hose clamp up there, and then I just tie it together. So it is it's pretty firm, and it shouldn't be moving anywhere. So should work just fine. Alright, we're about to put the drive shaft in, and they fasten using, and I use these types of kind of shackles, I guess you could call them. And this is where it attaches to the other side of the U-joint and clamps to the differential. And these bolts here are 11 millimeters for us. So we're just going to use this socket. 6 points so we don't strip it or anything. I'm going to add some medium strength thread locker to here, so just they don't vibrate out or anything. And yeah, so here is the drive shaft. I put some my dad put some masking tape over the U-joint, so I don't know why, but he put them there. And that side over there is the side that connects to the transmission, and it just slips right in. You guys know how it works. So I'm going to see if I can get a good camera angle for you guys, and then I'll just slap it in there.
Yeah.
Alright, as you guys can see, drive shaft is put in, and it's also attached over there at the transmission as well. So that's all done, good to go. Alright, so we took the intake manifold off, and I don't know why we took it off anymore, because you already got it right?
Yeah, I think I already got it.
Okay, well. Anyways, okay.
You can take a picture of this. This work.
So we dropped a grommet when we...
From this hole.
So we figured it was in here, but as you guys can see,
Ain't there?
it's not there. Okay, so my dad was talking about what kind of gasket this was. Was that what you're talking about?
It's a valley pan gasket.
Okay, opposed to like just so the only difference between this and like a traditional style is just it just connects. It's one piece.
Well, your oil, you're gonna have some oil in here, and you got your release so it can drain back in. This actually covers up your cam bearing.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to unstick it right now.
No, we'll just
anyway, underneath here is where your cam is.
Okay.
So the oil drains through these two ports so that the cams and lifters stay pumped up.
Okay, alright. What kind of intake is this?
It's an aluminum intake.
Very straightforward.
4-barrel. Straightforward.
Okay.
Serial number here, and of course you got your firing, your cylinders numbered.
Okay.
2 and 5. 1, 3, 2 and 5. It's on the, it'll be on the driver's side, and your even numbers are on the passenger side. 2, 4, 6, and 8.
So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
2,
6?
4, and 6, I should say.
Okay. Alright, so right now we got this done. I did a little bit of the wiring, but we don't have anything like any of the accessories or anything like that connected yet, so we're just not gonna mess with that, so you don't have like to undo all the electrical tape. I went to the parts store and got carburetor gaskets. I got actually 2 of them. Do you know the difference between the 2, Dad, by chance?
Yeah, basically one is for spreadboard, the open one.
This one?
Yeah.
So you'd have, you'd just be open?
Yeah, just be open. It'll be a different base for the carburetor.
Okay, okay. And so we just got this one. This is the only 2 they had. They're like $7. And this one matches up perfectly, as you guys can see. 2 big holes, 2 small holes.
It actually matches the port.
Yeah. But it also has to
So you
match up
don't
with
have
that,
any-
too.
Yeah, you don't have any exhaust leaks between your ports.
Uh-huh. Okay. So we're going to slam dunk the intake back on, and then we're going to try to test fit the carburetor on, and then we might try messing around and connecting everything to the carburetor. Alright. Looks good. Looks promising. Oh, we need the studs, dog.
They're not studs, you know. Straight through.
Oh, they go straight through. Alright, so we're gonna need to get two longer bolts. We have ones that are like this long, and this one goes like straight through the whole thing. So we're just gonna have to go to the hardware store for that. So, and then okay, so there's something that plugs into here, and what goes there, Dad?
This is the exhaust recirculation valve.
Okay.
ERG. Exhaust gas recirculation.
So it just pops in right there,
Pops in right
and then what does that do?
It just takes the unburnt smoke and recirculate it.
Okay, so okay, I see.
It's like a crankcase ventilation.
So we might have to fab up some brackets. This is from the old engine, and if you guys didn't know, they're not the same.
It holds the throttle cable.
Yeah, so it holds a throttle cable. So it only 1 bolt lines up, so it might just be fine with one because it's kind of wedged in here, so it won't rotate or anything. But if anything, we could just fab up an L bracket or something to attach it. But basically, these slide into here, like so, and they click in, and then this connects to
Throttle, which was a different one.
yeah. It's gonna need to be
It's going to have to be shortened.
yeah, it's gonna need to be shortened or something. And this one,
Kick down valve for the transmission.
so how does that work?
When you accelerate, it pulls this cable, and it will downshift the transmission 1 gear.
Oh, so this is like attached to the
It's attached to the transmission.
I see. So that's how they do it. So nowadays they just use a computer, huh?
Yeah.
Because it's drive-by-wire.
Drive by wire.
I think that one goes on maybe
Yeah.
this one or
It'll go on
one
that.
down there. So what we might have to do for this, I don't know what we're gonna do for this, honestly. Maybe we can't shorten the cable really, because there's no way to mend two cables. So
Fabrication time.
yeah, so we're gonna get our heads together and figure out that. What else is there? What goes here? What goes here?
That's your electrical connection for your choke.
Okay. All right. And then these just go. There's a vacuum one, right?
Yeah.